New R6 share operator bundles just dropped. Let's go through them, shall we? Some teams got full op bundles for the first time, some ops got full esports headgear and uniforms for the first time, and some of these I think are going to sell really well. Not that I'm making financial projections. Don't come to me for that. Also, I haven't done this before. I think code Jacob works in the store now. Can anyone tell me if that actually works? BDS is up first. They took Nökk, and that is the first time anyone's ever done a Nökk bundle, because I think the only Pro League set she's ever had is the black and gold one, so way to fill a niche in the market. First glance, it's definitely less bombastic than previous BDS skins, like the Solus one, or definitely the Valk one from a few years ago. Like, those were just way more visually interesting, but pink on gray is just a great combo. Logos on the legs and straps, colored helmet, pink textures everywhere. I think it's obvious it's a BDS skin. It's just a bit muted compared to the ones that they've done before. The FMG is pretty basic. Some color pockets, a few logos. I think you can see those when it's equipped. Might have been a wasted opportunity without realizing it, because Ying's shotgun is becoming more the meta these days, and I'm even seeing people use it more on Legion, and Nökk has the same one, but I do wonder if people would actually buy it in a Nökk bundle, so I get why they did the FMG. It's not as flashy as the other BDS skins. It's more stealthy with a little splash of color. She's just more of a situational pick these days. She's not exactly in the meta right now. But even though no one's done a Nökk bundle until this point, it's going to be competing with my Nökk Elite with the wildcard FMG, because I love combos that make no sense. CAG went with Bandit, which not unique, but the last time any team did Bandit was Rogue in 2021, and then I think it was Empire a couple of years before, so it's been a minute. And he's played and banned all the time right now, so if you're looking for an upgrade, they got you. They gave him a face, did red and gold highlights around the whole thing. The back design is pretty cool, but you're only ever going to see it if you're shooting him in the back. Like, can I get that on a jacket? MP7 is... Does this make sense? It looks like you ripped off a painting in a museum and slapped it on a gun. Like, the design, the texture, it just gives me that vibe. There's a bunch of teams over the years that did MP7 skins, like Heroic, MIBR. I think G2 just did one for the Fenrir bundle last year, so I don't know if this one really stands out from all that competition. It's just a different style. The Op skin definitely stands out, especially if we haven't had a Bandit skin in like 4 years. But this one's gonna make me miss the old kill cam that zoomed in on your face. Look at that handsome boy. Cloud9 are back. First bundle since Valk in 2019, first skin since the AK-12 in 2021, and they went with Dokkaebi. I'm a sucker for black on blue, man. I think this design's great. The C9 patch opposite the Korean flag patch, the sleeves, the legs, the hat. It's sleek, but it's punchy, and it's not like ADHD level of overwhelming either. The DMR's got the same thing going on. I think it's got more white in the design. Did they put horns on the logo? You can definitely tell whose gun it is for the half second every round you're not ADSing with this thing. Wait, is that the Foxay logo? Like the one on his charm? Are they paying homage to an OG from a bygone era or something? Or is that something... You know what? Screw it. That's the Foxay charm. I reject your reality and replace it with my own. I hope they're giving you royalties, buddy. I think they did great with their first skin back, honestly, and it's an op that's super in meta right now, so it's gonna get buys. It just stinks because CAG dropped a super dope Dokkaebi bundle like just last year, so I hate that you're making me pick. Though you could rock one skin on Dokkaebi and the other one on a Rooney if you still wanted to run both, and I'll make the case that going with the SMG-12 might have also done well, because that's on like 4 ops and people can't stop getting clutches with it. SMG-12 stocks are up right now, so if somebody does an individual gun skin, then that might be cool too. Fnatic went with Mute and went way more black as opposed to orange, which is interesting. Studded belt, pins, patches, flannel that looks like what I would wear if it was 50 degrees in October. Are those clothespins? And the only orange on the headgear is like his mouth taped shut. I guess at first glance you might know it's a Fnatic skin, but it's a vibe. They've also added another SMG-11 to the collection. There's a lot of teams that have done SMG 11s. A lot of stickers, still has a very grungy look, maybe a little bit punky. It's different for sure. Like, this whole bundle's got a life of its own. There's a couple of other teams that have done Mute. I think Liquid did him just last year, but no one's given him a look like this, so points for being unique. Points for it being an op that nobody bans, but everybody plays. You know what? Points for the logo on the SMG looking like the logo of a deathcore band. Like, good job, Fnatic. You really did your research on me. Furia finally have an op bundle after all these years. They had a gold ARX skin. They had a Jaeger 416 a while back. They had a Shoddy last year. And now they have a Mav bundle. It's kind of the same BDS purple on gray on a default operator model. It's got more texturing on it, and they colored the whole scarf. Wait, is that the artwork from the gun? It totally is. They made the gun artwork a patch. Are they the first team to use the artwork in 2 places like that? That's kind of cool. They're also doing the white gloves thing, trying to get people to care about the gloves holding their gun like it's CS or something. The M4 itself is my favorite part. Like, you know it's Furia as soon as you look at it. The pink, purple, black, white is a great combo. I'm here for it. Plus, Mav's about as active in the meta as I think he's ever been, so it's not a bad pick. Elevate just did a Mav bundle with a waifu on the M4 last year. You're going up against the godfather of skins, Furia. I don't envy you. Godspeed! G2 went with 0. Okay, pure white, custom mask, graffiti, paint, barcodes in blue and yellow. They keep getting more eccentric every year, like the Fenrir bundle last year and now this. Like, I definitely didn't see this coming. If only because it's about as far from on brand from their typical color scheme or styling as I think I've seen anyone get so far, but props to you, man. You got me invested simply from how different this is. The SC is just an extension of the uniform. Okay. Bold primary colors on a white canvas is a good call, and you definitely know who tagged your hardware. I don't know how popular this one will be, especially since Zero's a pretty solidly off-meta pick right now, and it's going head-to-head with the Space Station bundle from a few years ago, so, you know, take your pick. You know what? Because it's a G2 skin, it might encourage more players to pick up Zero more, because G2's still in the cultural zeitgeist all these years later. Loud get their first skin ever and go with a buck bundle, and I think this one's kind of slick. Outbreak era helmet with the teeth, sea green highlights, sleeve patterns, like darker monochrome the further you go down, and he's got some patches in there too. The color is what got me, because that green, you don't really see it used anywhere very often, and then you do it with those designs and it makes it pop, even if it's a little bit simple. The C8 gives me like high school varsity vibes. Like, those are stickers you'd totally see in your locker back in the mid-2000s. Am I old? You could slap the green attachment skin on this thing and it syncs right up. The branding's in a good spot. Like, yeah, the colors go really well with those stickers, honestly. They did good for this being their first foray into the skins market. I think their biggest competition is the Secret and Fnatic bundles with the custom Jason masks that came out over the past few years, because those are really good too. But Buck's a really good pick. Like, you can argue there's not a map where he isn't viable, and again, I think Loud did really good for a debut. M80. All right, this makes me happy for a very specific reason. I got Capitão in 2018 and immediately bought the Death Mask because that's the best headgear in the game. And he never had a team bundle until now, and I get to keep the Death Mask but throw M80 branding on there. And the rest of the bundle's pretty cool. Yellow highlights, Bomb Squad on the belt. I can't unsee this as the Punisher logo melting, and it's on both sides. Actually, you remember the Na'Vi Doc uniform from like 2019? That's what this reminds me of. And I'm not complaining because I still use that one. The Para also goes hard, man. The color transition, the art style, the fact that he's not looking at the explosion, these are all objectively correct. I'm here for this. Kudos to M80 for filling a gap in the market, because no other team had a cap bundle until they came along, and he's just used on so many executes right now. It's perfect timing. In my opinion, they killed it with this one. PSG Talon made a luchador out of Deimos. That's terrifying. Who thinks of this color pattern? It's the pink from their logo, and then it's blue on white or white on blue. Which one's even the base color here? There's even a tiger on the cape. Bro, Kubi, stop cooking for 2 seconds, man. It's outlandish to a point where I don't hate it. I kind of love it. Like, you turned Deimos into an anime anti-hero, and there's a lot going on. But I also feel like this is how you take advantage of being the first skin to market for this op. M80 didn't go as crazy with Capitão as you did, but that's also kind of why I respect it. And yeah, AK skin super clean. Something about white gun model as a base to put a lot of powerful colors on top of. Yeah, that clears. And there probably wasn't a better time to start advertising a Deimos skin given how much he's played on offense right now. Like, it's a perfect storm. Well done, PSG. I know people are going to find this polarizing, but we are not in mil-spec aesthetic anymore, kids. Like, you can blind people with the G2 Zero skin. You can freeze them in their tracks with this one. Get with the program. And lastly, Space Station. Mira doesn't get esports bundles much. The last time she did was Immortals in 2018. And that goes for nothing on the marketplace right now. It does make sense given how much she's banned, but she's played just as frequently, so SSG are taking a bit of a chance here. It's giving medieval suit of armor somehow, like this is what a modern crusader would wear with the gold highlights and the helmet and stuff. Oh wait, the helmet kind of looks like a visor. That's why! It's kind of the same as Fnatic, like you might not know it's a Space Station skin until you looked closer at it. But the detail on the armor is really good. It's reminding me of the engraved skins from a while ago, just because of how detailed it looks. And yeah, the vector kind of looks the same way, honestly. Like, it's giving me the same vibe. Monster design, there's the logo, just hiding where no one can see it. Until you hit inspect, I guess. It's a cool style. It breaks the really long drought we've had on Mira skins for the past... Has it really been 7 years? Again, Elevate beat you to the punch on this one, so you're locked in eternal battle with the waifu that started them all, but otherwise solid. SSG keep on making skins for ops that otherwise don't have any, so I appreciate them keeping the trend going here. There should be a second wave of skins at some point in the next few months for the other partner affiliate teams to get their next weapon bundles. I would assume we're done with op bundles for the year, and it's not a bad class, in my opinion. Like, several of those are insta-buys for me. If you have any strong opinions on any of these, one way or the other, feel free to let me know in the comments, because I am certain my opinions on some of these don't line up with the general populace. And please let me know if code Jacob works in the store, because I gotta know if it works, man.